guys, welcome back to the channel. So we'll be in the last stage of completing management and so as monitoring. We'll start today, okay? Let's start. Now in last class we have deal about Swan gas catheter and three things which it gives. Now we'll starting that three things. First is cardiac output. By thermodilation technique, that is the invasive technique. Cold crystalloid solution is injected into the right atrium. Measuring temperature drop is pulmonary artery. In pulmonary artery by thermistor located at the end of cannula. Okay, we measure? We measure the temperature drop in pulmonary artery. Okay, this is the method called thermodilation technique. It is an invasive technique in which we inject a cold crystalloid solution in right atrium. Okay, increased temperature drop, slower in the flow of right heart. Okay, अगर temperature drop ज़्यादा है, the slower is the flow of the right heart. Okay, this is the measure of cardiac output by thermodilation method by temperature drop measurement in pulmonary artery. Cardiac output monitoring allows assessment of not only the cardiac output but also the systemic vascular resistance and diastolic volume and blood volume. Diastolic volume is preload. Okay, it measures all of these. What is measure? Cardiac output, systemic vascular resistance, and diastolic volume and blood volume. Can help in distinguishing the different type of shock. Cardiac output measurement or this technique can help in distinguishing different types of shock. Okay. What are the non-invasive techniques? The Doppler ultrasound, pulse waveform analysis and indicator dilution method are the non-invasive technique for measuring the cardiac output. Measurement of cardiac output is desirable in patients who have evidence of cardiogenic shock or myocardial dysfunction. Patient who requires vasopressor or inotropic agents. Okay. Now second is mixed venous O2 levels. Accurate measurement is via analysis of blood drawn from leg central line placed in right atrium. Okay. Accurate measurement is via analysis of blood drawn from long central line placed in right atrium. Catheter draw blood from the pulmonary artery. Normally partial CO2 of mixed venous blood is 4 mm Hg. That is more than partial CO2 of systemic arterial blood. Clinical indicator of perfusion of GIT and muscular bed. Normally, the partial CO2 of mixed venous blood is 4 mmHg, more than partial CO2 of systemic arterial blood. This is the normal, okay? It is a clinical indicator of perfusion of GIT and muscular bed. This is all about mixed venous O2 level. Okay, just remember it is done from right atrium via pulmonary artery. Catheter is drawn. Now vascular pressure. The right atrial pressure is accurately measured and pulmonary artery wedge pressure is a better indicator of circulating blood volume and left ventricular function. The right atrial pressure is accurately measured and pulmonary artery wedge pressure is a better indicator for vascular pressure. Okay, three T's we have discussed: the cardiac output, mixed venous O2 level and vascular pressure, which comes under Swan-Ganz catheter. Okay. Now last one is base deficit and lactate. Indication of perfusion of GIT and muscle bed. Degree of lactic acidosis is measured by serum lactate level and or base deficit. Patient with base deficit over 6 millimole per liter have higher morbidity and mortality. The length of the time in shock with an increased base deficit is important. These parameters are measured from arterial blood gas analysis. Okay, base deficit and lactate are measured from arterial blood gas analysis. Okay, these last two, the Swan-Ganz catheter and base deficit and lactate, just get an idea. We include these in monitoring. We should not go in detail of these. Okay. New methods for monitoring regional tissue perfusion and oxygen are muscle tissue oxygen probes, near infrared spectroscopy for muscle and brain, sublingual capnometry for gut, tissue oxygen electrode for muscle and brain, and laser Doppler flowmetry for gut. Okay, these are the new methods for monitoring regional tissue perfusion and oxidation. Okay, that's all in monitoring, and that's all about the management part of shock. We have completed shock. Okay, next class mostly I'll be starting BLS, so you will be clarifying about airway management and maintenance. Okay, till then, like, subscribe and share. Bye.